Alrighty, guys, what is going on here? I'm Ryan alongside Caleb, Michigan Storm Chasers here. We are live covering the severe thunderstorm warning in effect here for Lenawee County. This is the western half of Lenawee County from Adrian, Tecumseh, Clinton, Onstead, Addison, Hudson, and Morenci all in this risk. 60-mile-per-hour winds is the hazard here. Tracking pretty much due north, a little bit east, but also pretty much due north here at about 40 or so miles per hour. The text of the warning says, sorry, moving northeast at 75 miles per hour. I thought it was closer to 40. No, it's moving at 75 miles per hour. Sorry, guys, it's moving very fast. So with that being said, this is going to be on top of you guys very quickly there in the western part of Lenawee County. This is actually home base for me. I'm not in this warning, but this is pretty much my backyard. So we actually have Drew. We have many chasers out there today. We got Drew, we got Chris, we got Tyler, and we got, I believe, Cody out there taking a peek. No one's connected to us yet, but we do have multiple chasers out there who are on this storm. Get a hold of these guys. Actually, we have Zello pulled up. Let's go ahead and talk to them via Zello. Make sure they're all aware that we're live. FYI, we are live, so if you guys want to connect, let me know here on Zello. I'll go ahead and take your streams. All right, go ahead and track this out here. The bulk of the heaviest of the storm is just entering the state here in Lenawee County, down by Morenci. So Medina, Fairfield, Adrian, Sand Creek, Cadmus, Clayton, Hudson, Rollin, and I think I already said Adrian. First on deck here. This is a pretty rural area out here. Adrian is the most populated area, Hudson as well as Morenci. So this is moving northeast here at 75 miles per hour. So moving right toward the Adrian area. You guys should be inside, away from windows, as this could produce some gusty, damaging winds. Caleb, do you you here with me? I don't have your audio.
Yep. Can you hear me?
Yep, there we go. Now we got you. This warning goes until 5:45 p.m., about an hour or so. But I believe that with the rapid motion of this storm, I would have to imagine it was going to clear the county before 5:45, moving at 75 miles per hour to the northeast. We're likely going to be looking at probably about a half hour or so as the storm moves through the county. Now, looking at this cell on the radar, we actually have the airport radar close by to kind of give us a better idea of what these winds could be doing. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. And there you go. The brighter green colors there indicating that we very well could have some gustier winds. But overall, we are looking at about 50 or so miles per hour.
Yeah, a little borderline there in terms of severe, but nonetheless could have some sporadic wind gusts of 60 mile an hour, 58 greater, mixing down to the surface.
Yep.
There's enough confidence with that Detroit went ahead and issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Lenawee County, and I really don't argue that at all. So I think that was a good call on their end.
We got Tyler in here. Let's go ahead and take a look at Tyler's stream. Let's go ahead and pull him up full. Give me a second to pull his feed. There we go. Tyler is. I actually know exactly where Tyler is at. I've been there. This is my backyard, so I know exactly where he is at here. How you doing, Tyler? Can you hear us? Looks like he either. Let's go ahead and refresh this real quick. All right. Well, back to
LOS with Tyler, but hopefully we get him back here shortly.
Yeah, we'll get him back shortly here. So they are going to be, our chasers are out here, the green dots up here by Napoleon. That's where we're kind of looking at our chasers. We got Cody, we got Chris, we got Drew, I believe, with Tyler here in the Clinton area. They're out ahead of the cell. Actually, Tyler's in Adrian. So we have chasers kind of all surrounding the storm. We got 4 of them in total here. And feel free, if you guys are seeing anything with this storm, feel free to send us pictures, messages, so on and so forth to our messenger. Or we have a Facebook page for you guys called Michigan Weather Reports. It's designed to report hail, wind damage, tornadoes, stuff like that. Feel free to drop your reports in there.
Yeah, right now the strongest winds associated with the storm look to be just to the east of the Seneca area and southern Lenawee County, and maybe another strong area of winds near the Medina area as well. You can kind of see those
Medina.
two pockets of Medina. You can kind of see those two pockets of brighter green there. That's your reflectivity getting right at severe criteria, right around that 58 miles per hour, perhaps just above the surface. Again, this is the airport radar, so a lower beam, very, very close to the ground, giving us a really good interpretation of really what is going on here with this storm. So, like I said, widespread severe winds, not really associated with this, but you have a few pockets mixing down to the ground here. So, some sporadic wind gusts reaching severe criteria just in the pocket there where Ryan has highlighted there, um, which is why this went severe warned here for 60 miles an hour winds. Again, your strongest pocket near the Seneca area and Medina area in southern Lenawee County, moving northeast really fast at 75 miles an hour. Again, this storm really hit the gas here over the past 30 minutes or so. Went from moving in the 50s in Ohio to now 75 miles an hour in Michigan. So it is booking.
Yep. We also got Tyler back with us. Let's go ahead and take him. He's going to be scene 75. And yep, he is in the Adrian area. I actually know exactly where he's at. He's in the downtown area. So I'm going to go ahead and contact him and say we got him full. Tyler, you got to be full. So if you want to talk, all you got to do, I believe, is just talk on the video. You have your audio coming through.
Copy.
Let's see if that works. He might be muted, but he's in Adrian, ahead of the storm, and this storm is moving right into the Adrian area. So we'll have a chase around this. Let's go ahead and take back our radar. The worst of the winds here are going to be just to the south of Adrian, pushing up into the Adrian area. This over here is a pocket of heavier rain, but the winds are more so strongest further south here when it loads up here into the velocity. There we go. The brighter green colors there are indicating some heavier winds between Fairfield and Medina, Sand Creek area momentarily. And again, that's moving up into Adrian, where our chaser Tyler is. We have Tyler in Adrian. I'm going to zoom out here. We got Tyler here. We got Drew up here in Clinton. We also have Cody and Chris up in Napoleon. So we have numerous chasers surrounding the storm today. Let's go ahead and take a look back here at Tyler's stream. Looks like he's trying to
Maybe reposition a little bit, perhaps.
yeah, looks like he's going northward, if I'm not mistaken.
Again, all our chasers are going to have to reposition quite a bit here. Again, this storm is moving north at 75 miles an hour, northeast at 75 miles an hour. So this storm is moving very, very quickly. Again, it is currently warned for 60 miles per hour winds and nickel size hail. So the hail size is below severe criteria, but we do have some wind gusts approaching that severe criteria for the warned area. Again, winds to 60 miles an hour.
And we're going to leave Tyler's stream up here just because the heaviest of the wind is heading right for him here in the next about probably 10 or so minutes or less with the amount of with the storm motion today, like Kev just said, it's going to be on top of you guys pretty quickly. So bulk of the wind moving through Seneca into Sand Creek right now, moving into Madison Township here momentarily. So Adrian, you are in for what appears to be some gusty winds here, perhaps close to severe limits, 50 to 60 miles per hour. You guys would have that risk here. Going back to the radar, let's go ahead and look at, again, the velocity, the brighter greens indicating your heaviest of winds. We're seeing those upwards of about 58 miles per hour. That is severe limits, and that's moving directly into the Adrian area.
Yep, right along the US 223 corridor there is where your strongest winds are currently. Just to the north of Roland, between Roland and Adrian, is where we are talking right now.
You are going to get butchered by the locals. It's Rollin.
Rowland.
It looks like Roland. So Detroit has continued the warning for 60-mile-per-hour winds here. So no change there. They did trim it back just to exclude the Morenci and Munson areas. But this will continue here. The bulk of this is going to be moving into the Adrian area very quickly here. We have Tyler out in the area. We also have a couple other chasers out and about. We have 4, but only 1 is connected right now. The other 2, or the 3, should I say, will connect once we get once the storm gets closer to them. We'll go ahead and leave it on Tyler's stream right here. Again, he's in the Adrian area, and he is moving what appears to be to the north and a little bit east there. I'm trying to figure out where exactly he's at. I think he's on the east side. So if you live in the Adrian area, you have to be indoors. This is not a tornado by any means, but it is some gusty winds that could bring down some trees, some power lines perhaps even. So it's important that you're inside, not necessarily in your basement, but just away from windows is all you need to be for this type of situation. DTX radar doesn't really show much happening there, but the good news is we have the airport radar based out of the Sumter Township area that is really picking up these winds here closer to the surface. And again, those are moving into the Adrian area here. This radar is actually 3-4 minutes old now, so wait for the new scan. We're running at about 4 minutes or so. So we'll see if the next scan comes in here soon for the latest wind data from the airport radar. And again, if you're just tuning in, we have a small risk for severe weather throughout the afternoon today across southeast Michigan. Let's go ahead and pan out here before we take a look back at a Tyler. We have these particular storms right here in the southeast corner of the state, through Lenawee, through Jackson, also a couple more here in northeast Indiana. These will be your threat throughout the next couple of hours. Now, if you caught our briefing earlier this afternoon, you're going to know that the later we get, the less and less favorable the environment is for severe weather. So the later we get in the evening, this threat should die down. By the time we get to 7 o'clock, it should be pretty much over. So again, this is likely going to be probably just a few storms. Not going to be a widespread outbreak. Maybe it's a few warnings here. With that being said, let's go ahead and take a look back here at Tyler for the live here in the Adrian area. Tyler, are you muted on video by chance?
Pardon, I can't hear you over the rain right now.
Okay. I'll get a hold of him via text.
Yeah, it looks like he's getting some heavy rain there. Perhaps maybe some gusty winds as well. Kind of hard to tell. I'm kind of watching those trees there in front of him to see how they're moving, but heavy rain nonetheless. As you heard him say, it was pretty loud.
There we go.
Right now we are
just right south of Napoleon, north of Brooklyn.
Is definitely starting to come in pretty strong. As you can see in front of us, those trees are swinging pretty aggressively. Rain's pretty crazy.
So he is actually outside the
for now.
I'd
say
then, if that's the case,
definitely be inside. Wind's picked up a lot more now.
Yeah, he's
definitely be inside. Sturdy building. Most what you can.
He's in Jackson County,
just stay safe, please.
Nope. Lenawee, he's in Adrian.
Oh, he is in Adrian.
He's on the east side of Adrian.
Oh, wrong Napoleon then.
Yep, he can't hear us, but we can hear him. So
okay.
Thank you, Tyler, for that update. And yeah, look at those winds, guys. Check that out. Those are very strong winds.
Yeah, poor visibility too.
And taking a look back here really quickly at radar, I want to leave it on Tyler here. I want to show you guys where Tyler is. He is right here, the green dot. And the heaviest of winds via the last scan is right basically on top of him. So he is intercepting these severe winds here And I'm not sure what just happened there. We're going to take scene 75 back for Tyler. He is in the East Adrian area in Lenawee County in the severe warning here, taking some heavy winds.
Hey guys, Cody and I do have a developing funnel right over Napoleon right now.
Copy. Yeah, Chris up in Napoleon, which is in Jackson County. Nice little view there of the storm. And they're going to reposition, looks like, to the north. We'll go and reposition there. And going back down here to Tyler and Adrian. Again, severe warning is in effect here until 5:45. This storm is moving to the north-northeast at around 60 to 70 miles per hour. Bulk of the wind right now is impacting the Adrian area. Will be impacting Tecumseh in about 5 to 10 minutes. We'll keep tabs here back and forth. Let's go ahead and take our full scene here to see if anybody else is out and about besides Chris and Tyler. I mean, those are the only two out right now that I see. Go ahead, Tyler, if you can hear me. Okay. I thought he had his audio on, but it's not. My bad. All right, we have a report out of the Adrian Airport of a 65 mile per hour wind gust. 65 mile per hour wind gust. I'm going to go ahead and tell Tyler that. Tyler, via the airport there in Adrian, 65 mile per hour gust. He'd be close to that general vicinity.
Yeah, and that really matches up with radar fairly well as well with the airport radar.
Yep.
Yeah, that wind was definitely strong. Kind of hard to tell through all the curtains of rain, but it was definitely very strong winds here. Thankfully, no damage that I can see at this moment.
Sounds good. Let us know if you see any damage. You still got your stream pulled up here. We're going to take it back to the radar, though. But yeah, let us know. We got Chris up here in Napoleon in Jackson County on another cell that does have a little bit of an increased velocity signature.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yep, we can hear you. Facing north there into the Napoleon cell, looks like, or perhaps west. Not really sure which direction he's facing. But he's in Napoleon with our chaser Cody, looking on that storm there as well. Go ahead and mute his audio there. New severe warning for Washtenaw, Lenawee, and Monroe. Washtenaw, Lenawee, and Monroe until 6 p.m. This is going to be for...
the graphic for you.
Okay. This is going to be for 60 mile per hour winds, and that is it. That is going to be for me. Yay. Let's go ahead and take back radar. Give me a second. Pop this back in. There is your new warning. So that includes Britain, Deerfield, Dundee, Milan, all the way up to Ypsilanti, Ann Arbor, Bridgewater, going up to Dexter even. The entirety of Washtenaw County is underneath that severe warning. I got to make a phone call, Caleb. If you want to
Nope, you are fine.
I got to make a phone call.
So while Ryan's making a phone call right now, Again, 60 miles per hour wind gusts is what this warning is for. Again, hail 3/4 of an inch, so below severe criteria there. This is for northwestern Monroe County, northwestern Lenawee County, as well as Washtenaw County and southeastern Michigan until 6 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Again, this severe thunderstorm is moving northeast at 65 miles an hour. So again, moving pretty quickly here. Going to get fairly close to the Ann Arbor area here, probably within the next 20, 25 minutes here. Again, we did have a confirmed report of a 65 miles per hour wind gust at the Adrian Airport there, confirmed, measured. So again, pretty strong winds here associated with this. So they have extended the warning to include, again, the US 23 corridor, US 12 there between Clinton, Tecumseh, Britain, Milan, York Charter Township, Ann Arbor, Bridgewater. Again, all of you guys are under the gun here for 60 miles per hour winds, perhaps some small hail here. You can really see that there with the airport radar there, with your brighter greens there, indicating some stronger winds here with this thunderstorm, and perhaps a brief pocket of stronger winds outside of the Birdsall area, just south of Tecumseh on M50 there, moving towards the Holloway Center, Ridgeway, Tecumseh there, in northeastern Lenawee County, getting ready to cross what looks like Raisin Center Highway there, is where perhaps some stronger wind gusts are at this point in time, moving right towards M50 here, Tecumseh, Ridgeway. You guys are under the gun here, 60 mile an hour winds, moving northeast at 65 miles an hour. Again, we did have a confirmed wind gust a few minutes ago out of the Adrian area at the airport there for 65 miles per hour confirmed there with that storm. So wouldn't be surprised to see those winds continue here. Again, a decent pocket of stronger winds via the airport radar, moving pretty close to Britain and Tecumseh. Again, 60 miles per hour winds is what this warning is for, is in effect for another 56 minutes here. So a pretty large warning here. Here's a look at Chris Tobias here. He's looking at our northern cell, I believe in Jackson County, southern Jackson County, moving north to the east towards the Waterloo Village area, I-94 corridor. This storm is currently not warned, but pretty decent structure there. You can see some heavy rain shafts coming there on the left side of your screen above the trees there. You can see those rain curtains really coming down. So if you are in a severe thunderstorm warning, you can affect some heavy rain with these thunderstorms. A lot of moisture to work with here today. So some heavy rainfall rates are expected, as you've seen on Tyler's screen earlier as well when he intercepted the storm near Adrian. Again, he intercepted those 60 mile an hour winds there in town. And he is currently repositioning, it looks like, as well. So thank you, Tyler, for that.
I'm going to take back our radar here.
Yeah. Yep, go ahead.
All right. Again, this warning continues for the northwestern part of Monroe, all of Washtenaw, and the northern part of Lenawee County. 60 mile per hour winds. We have a confirmed 66 mile per hour gust here in the Adrian Airport area. And that's going to be why I believe they went ahead and reissued this warning, extended it also into Washtenaw County. I'll go ahead and tweet that really quick. Not tweet, but post it.
Again, right now, your stronger winds just to the south of Tecumseh, getting ready to cross M50. Going to split right between Ridgeway and Tecumseh, actually just on the east side of Tecumseh, right on M50. Latest scan showing a pretty narrow swath of potent winds, 60 miles an hour or so. M50 and intersection at Rogers Highway.
That's me.
Rogers Highway and Monroe.
Go ahead and zoom out. I'm going to take a look outside real quick.
Yep. It's actually going to skirt right by Ryan's house here. He's in the area here. But again, the strongest winds just to the west of Ridgeway and just to the east of Tecumseh. Again, radar indicating 60 mile an hour winds, East Chicago Boulevard, Rogers Highway. Again, M50 and Rogers Highway moving northeast at 65 miles per hour. Again, going to come pretty close to US 12 here as we continue to move north and northeast. Again, Milan, you guys are on deck here, 60 mile an hour winds, associated with this cell. Decent amount of lightning showing up as well. A few cloud to ground lightning strikes showing up on radar here in the Tecumseh area. So again, there is some lightning associated with this storm here, as well as a wind threat for 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. Again, the strongest winds right now, just to the east of Tecumseh, moving northeast at 60 miles an hour,
Caleb,
crossing M50 as we speak. Go ahead,
Caleb,
Ryan.
I am getting pretty much severe gusts here at my house. So if I end up losing power, the stream goes down, I'll have to restart it. So FYI, anybody watching. I am getting legitimately severe gusts here.
Yeah, Ryan is right on the edge of the storm here. Pretty
No, like
strong winds there,
it's
impacting between Britain and Tecumseh for reference here,
it's
moving
legit,
northeast at
guys.
60.
This wind is no joke. It's I'm gonna estimate probably around 50 to probably 60 here. These they're cranking.
Again, crossing M50 as we speak right now. Britain and Tecumseh, you guys are on deck. Yeah, the strongest winds, Ryan, are just to your west,
Yeah, I'm looking right at it.
around the Tecumseh area. But yeah, radar is still showing some strong winds for you as well. So anywhere within this warning here, you guys are on deck for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, up to 60. Perhaps gusts to 65, maybe just east of Tecumseh there where those brighter returns are. Crossing M50 right now, just north of East Monroe Road, coming up the Macon Highway here. Just to the east of Newburgh, coming into the Macon area here very shortly. Again, strong winds on deck for Macon, probably in the next 5 to 10 minutes here. You guys could start seeing these stronger wind gusts approach, coming up to the US 12 corridor as well, just south of Bridgewater. So you guys are on deck for 60 miles an hour wind. Again, Ryan reporting near severe wind gusts near his town in Britain. So again, severe winds are occurring here with this storm. Again, we had a confirmed wind gust of 65 miles an hour in the Adrian area airport. Again, that was confirmed. That was measured 65 on the ground. And those velocities are holding to the east of Tecumseh, kind of splitting Ridgeway and Tecumseh for the strongest winds. But again, near severe criteria between Britain and Tecumseh. So anywhere in this warning, do take that seriously. Again, this is moving north and northeast at 65 miles per hour. Again, Macon, you're on deck next for the strong winds here. Tecumseh, it looks like the worst of it has passed you, just off to your north and east. But if anybody watching here from the area does have any damage, let us know on Michigan storm weather or storm reports. Let us know what you guys see. Let us know if you guys have any damage. Again, a very strong thunderstorm here, moving towards the Milan area as well as the Macon area here in Lenawee County right now, moving northeast at 65 miles an hour. Ryan had to take a phone call there. But again, he is reporting near severe wind gusts there near the Britain area and Tecumseh area as the storm moves through. Latest scan here. Again, you can really see kind of a bowed out nature here on the top of your storm here. That's your gust front. Just to the north of Ryan there where their strongest winds are. Just north of US 50, running right along or just west of Rogers, or I guess Ridge Highway there, rather, and Britain Highway. Again, wind gusts estimated at 60 miles an hour here. This morning is in effect for another 50 minutes. Hail, not a big concern with this storm. It's mainly a wind risk here associated with this warning. Again, warned for only 3/4-inch hail, which is just below severe criteria. We need 1-inch hail or greater to be warned for hail. Again, 60-mile-an-hour wind gust has been confirmed with this storm. And in fact, go ahead and look at the warning here. Yes, no radar indicated. 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. Expect damage to roof, siding, and trees. Located near Tecumseh, moving northeast still at 65 miles an hour. So still a very fast-moving storm here. We'll present these wind gusts here over the next half an hour to 45 minutes or so. Associated with this thunderstorm. So again, time it out here for you. Macon, you guys are on deck, probably coming into town as I speak right now. As we move areas north, Benton, you guys are on deck here in the next 5 to 10 minutes. Moving into the Macon area right now. Ridgeway, you guys are getting in it right now. Mooresville, York Charter Township, Milans, Saline, and Stony Creek. All of you guys on deck here for 60 miles per hour winds here. Over the next few minutes here. Again, we have had a confirmed report of 65 miles per hour winds at the Adrian Airport just a few minutes ago. So this storm has a history of producing some very strong winds and low visibility as well. I'm going to look at a couple things here real quick behind the scenes. Yeah, when you have we have a report out ahead of this. Well, I guess nope, that's a 429. That's just from synoptic winds, so not from this storm here. Never mind. Anyway, just south of the US 12 corridor again is where the bulk of the winds are. Coming right up US 12 towards the Milan area, US 23. Adrian, you guys are in the clear. Southeastern or southwestern Lenawee County and southeastern Lenawee County, you guys are in the clear. Again, this storm is moving northeast at 60 to 65 miles per hour, so it's really picking up steam here, still moving very, very quickly, posing that damaging wind risk as it does so. Britton or Ryan, how are things near you right now? Things taper down a little bit or still blowing? What's the largest diameter you have down? Okay. Nope, no worries. In the core of the storm is what he was trying to say there. Yep, could have some tree damage there, some power line damage there,
Okay,
needing
sorry
fire
guys, I was
services.
muted on stream. So Caleb and I can hear each other, but you guys can hear me. So I'm saying that the winds here in Britain are no joke, and take it seriously. I'm not even in the bulk of the storm. I can confirm we got 50 to 60 mile per hour winds here estimated. I know you guys can't hear me. You guys will hear me in a second, but um, again, I can confirm that. I also got a fire siren going off here, probably for a down wire or a tree. I would expect there to be numerous power outages with this storm into Lenawee and into Washtenaw counties.
Yeah, but very pronounced gust front here. It's really expanded as well. Anywhere between Freedom Township, Bridgewater, even showing some gusty winds mixing down there. You can kind of see a thin line that's kind of bowed out just to the east of Bridgewater there. Airport radar showing some velocity signatures. There are some gusty winds mixing down as well, all the way from Freedom Township to Britain there in areas northward. Again, Milan, Ann Arbor, you guys are on deck. Again, this warning is for 60 mile an hour winds. It is still in effect for another 45 minutes here this afternoon. So again, some strong winds. This storm has a history of producing damaging winds. Again, Ryan said the fire sirens are going off. So likely a down wire or tree that's needing fire assistance to help block a roadway and get that off probably. But nonetheless, a dangerous storm here moving to the north and northeast, moving into a very populated area here, might I add. Moving into the Ann Arbor area, Milan area, Canton area. Again, a lot of population here. So again, be on alert, be in your safe place, and be prepared for strong to damaging winds up to 60 miles an hour. Again, we've had confirmed reports of 65 miles an hour a little while ago in Adrian. So this storm has a history of producing winds up to 65 miles an hour, as reported a little while ago at the airport. And there is still some lightning associated with this storm too. So heavy rain, lightning, and winds to 60 to 65 miles an hour have been reported with this storm as well. And again, moving to the north and northeast at 65 miles an hour. So moving very quickly here throughout the state here. And you can really see your gust front here stretching from just to the west of Ann Arbor here. You can see where the reds and the greens kind of meet here. You draw a line all the way to almost Berlin Charter Township there. Even some gustier winds mixing down to the surface. And even outside the main core of this storm here, you can see some stronger winds still mixing in here. So again, if you're not in the bulk of the heavy rain, do be prepared for some gusty winds here. Just as Ryan was saying, he was not in the direct path of the core, but still had winds close to severe criteria in Britain, hence the fire sirens going off as well. So possible damage there as a result. So
Yeah, and also just going to mention the Consumers Energy outage map does show numerous outages across the Adrian, Clayton, Jasper into the Tecumseh area. Waiting to see if anything pops up in my area, but I would not be shocked if we have numerous outages across the county here as a result from these winds.
yep, again, current warning for 3/4 inch hail, again 0.75, just under severe criteria for the hail, but winds of 60 miles an hour. Again, damaging winds, primary threat here. Do be prepared for loose objects to be blown around. If we had a trash can window meter for a severe thunderstorm warning, that would be up the road and in Fred's yard. So Fred doesn't want to see your trash can. So again, really strong winds here with this severe thunderstorm warning here, which is in effect for another 40 minutes here, 43 minutes, in fact, 60 mile an hour winds, 3/4 inch hail. So hail just below severe criteria, with winds being the greatest hazard here, and has a history of producing those damaging winds as well. Ryan said he had some limbs down. Go ahead.
Yeah, Caleb. I'm local to Lenawee County here, so I have some Facebook connections and groups I'm a part of. There is a post here on one of the Facebook groups of tree and line down like a thread of them. There's over 30 some comments here in Adrian, Vine and Madison, tree partially blocking the road, Holloway and Ridge Highway, power poles blocking both directions of the road, Beecher and Porter, line and pole down, Oak and Tree, power pole down. I can go on. There's just so many trees and power poles that are either down. Yeah, there's actually pictures of some here in Adrian as well. So take it seriously, guys. If you happen to live in Lenawee County or in the path of this storm, you guys have damage, feel free to message those in to us. We can relay those to the National Weather Service in Detroit. We'll happily do that for you. And also helps us kind of communicate to you guys as well where the heaviest of damage is and where the heaviest of the storm is as well. So again, if you live in the affected areas here across Lenawee, Washtenaw, or perhaps Western Monroe, you can message us directly or go to our Facebook group called Michigan Weather Reports and drop that in there as well. So taking a look at our chasers, got Tyler here. Looks like Chris disconnected. Drew's not connected. Looks like check Cody. Cody's not connected either. So looks like it's just Tyler out there with a little bit of a bad connection. We'll come back to him and check him here in a little bit. But for right now, let's go ahead and keep it on. These warnings here remains in effect. Lenawee, your warning continues for 26 more minutes, although they'll likely cancel that pretty early, I have to assume, as most of the storm has moved up into Ann Arbor. So Ann Arbor now, you guys need to be alert for these winds as they move your direction. Take these seriously, as those winds were cranking here in Lenawee County.
Yeah, a little bit of a gust front stretching now into eastern Lenawee County, Ryan, near the Blissfield area. Again, not really a lot to look at on radar in terms of reflectivity there. But you can kind of see a little bit of an outflow boundary or gust front there coming into Monroe County near Summerfield Township, Whiteford Township as well. Could have some gusty winds outside the severe thunderstorm warned area as well. But again, Adrian, you guys are in the clear, but do be cautious if you guys are going out and about in Lenawee County. Again, lots of report of tree damage, power lines down across the area. Again, lots of damage being reported. So do be careful. You guys are out driving around. Remember, if you come across a down power line, do not approach it. Always treat them as if they are live. Again, a lot of times you don't get a second chance if you mistake a power line to be dead when it's actually alive. So always treat those as if they are live unless told by a credible authority, whether like the power company letting you know it has been disconnected. But again, never approach a down power line whatsoever. So currently moving into the Ann Arbor Metro here as I speak. Mylan moving into you right now, US 23 corridor, 12 corridor, just to the south of the I-94 corridor, moving northeast, still at 65 miles an hour. So still moving very, very quickly. Getting very, very close to the airport radar here too. So we're going to get a really good interpretation of what is going on near Mylan here. Again,
the warning for Western Lenawee has just been canceled, but the one continues over the northern eastern portions of Lenawee into Washtenaw and also northwestern Monroe.
And again, the risk remains 3/4 inch hail, 0.75, and 60 miles per hour winds is what this severe thunderstorm warning is for. Again, no other warnings in the state of Michigan or Indiana At this time, we had some warnings earlier in Indiana, but again, no severe thunderstorm warnings anywhere else in the Great Lakes region. This is the only one at this point in time. Again, 60-mile-per-hour winds is the associated hazard with it. Again, has a history of producing winds in excess of 60 miles per hour. We have a lot of damage photos and reports to confirm that as well. So treat this storm seriously, be in your safe place, and do not be outside. Remember, away from windows, as loose objects can blow around and potentially break those. So again, interior room, away from windows, and ride this one out. Right now, it's coming into the Saline Milan Road here, coming close to Yorktown or York Charter Township, Milan, Pittsfield Charter Township, and Sissio Township here as we speak. Yeah, you guys are going to hate me later today, aren't you? My hate mail box is going to be full by this afternoon, but that's okay.
Yep. Being a local here, it's more personal. We'll beat this out later, Caleb. Northeast Lenawee County has now been dropped from that warning, so now it just continues for Washtenaw. Yeah, it's Saline, Scio, Tecumseh, Macon. Locals are going to hate you. Welcome to MSC. That warning continues, though, for the Washtenaw County area. And again, we do have Drew here on 94. We'll have him. Let's go ahead and get a hold of Drew here. Let's see what his plan is. Drew, Chris, Cody, or Tyler, what is your guys' plan? And not all at once. That warning for Washtenaw continues until 6 p.m., so about 35 or so more minutes.
Yep, again, still warned for a 60 miles per hour wind as a going hazard here with this storm. Again, hail below severe criteria, 0.75. But again, 60 mile per hour winds associated with this as it moves into Ann Arbor Metro here as I speak. Probably moving into the Stony Creek area right about now, as well as Pittsfield Charter Township, coming up to the interchange of US 12 and US 23 in southern Ann Arbor, as well as the I-94 corridor, just to the west side of Ann Arbor there is where that gust front is currently situated. Again, moving north and northeast at 60 to 65 miles an hour. So this storm is moving fairly quickly as it races off to the north and east.
Let's go ahead and check our chaser feeds here, just make sure we're not missing anybody. Oh, we got Drew, we got Tyler back here. Let's go ahead and skip those to page 7. Take a look at Tyler here. Again, still a little blurry there. Let's go look at Drew. Drew's on 94. I believe he's heading to the east toward Ann Arbor. He's going to be out ahead of this gusty line of showers.
Currently, I'm on Interstate 94 heading east towards Ann Arbor, right behind this line.
Copy that, Drew. Thank you. Yep. So Drew will be out ahead.
Getting close to the airport radar, Ryan.
Yeah, I was curious what the Ann Arbor is going to gust to here. We'll see what they measure. All right, they went ahead and put a special weather statement out in effect here. This is going to be for Livingston, Oakland, and northern Wayne counties.
And winds of 50 to 55 miles an hour, so just barely below severe criteria. But again, I wouldn't be surprised to see a stray gust reach 60 miles an hour. But again, currently a special weather statement. They've dropped the hail with this storm, but left winds of gusts of 50 to 55 miles an hour. Movement is still pretty fast, moving northeast at 65 miles an hour from a line extending from Pinckney near Whitmore Lake to near Ann Arbor. Moving again northeast at 65 miles an hour. Going to go pretty close, if not right over the DTX office as well.
Yeah, we'll have a good measurement from there as well. I'm kind of keeping a close eye on the Ann Arbor, the gusts there, just because it's going to pass directly over the airport there. So we'll have another confirmed wind gust, I have to imagine. Let's go ahead and
Yeah.
try and load this up here real quick. I'm going to pop open the observation map for the day. Now, with today, though, it's gusty even without these storms. So some of these gusts that we're going to see on the map may already have been from earlier today, for example. I'm going to pull up the gust here. Let's go ahead and zoom into Ann Arbor. Let's go ahead and see if we can find anything. Wait for it to load
You have
in
to
here.
pull your scene up, Ryan.
I'm not going to share it just yet until I actually get a confirmation
Oh,
if
okay.
there's anything new.
Okay.
Um,
So he is looking at this line right in here that is moving through Ann Arbor just to see if we have any new wind reports associated with this line here. Again, severe thunderstorm warning still in effect, 60 mile per hour. And then downstream, we do have a special weather statement for 50 to 55 miles per hour, including the Hamburg area, West Bloomfield, Livonia, Canton, Waterford Township. Again, 50 to 55 for areas shaded in blue, and still gusts to 60 miles an hour for areas shaded in orange. Couple lightning strikes so showing up too. Have a nice CG there just on the north side of town, just north of 94 there, near Dexter Fields. Cloud to ground lightning strike there as well. So still some lightning within this band of showers and thunderstorms.
kind of cycling through our chasers. Looks like Tyler's the only one out there. Let's go ahead and try to refresh his feed here. See if we can't get a little bit better signal from him. There we go. That's a little bit better. I'm trying to figure out where he is at because he is basically in my neck of the woods. I want to think he's on. He is on M50, isn't he?
I was thinking the same thing.
He is on M50 between Dundee and Britain, if I had to take a guess here.
It looks like he's heading east, maybe towards Dundee.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Like I know that highway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is there's County Line. That's he passed my house.
Yeah.
That's County Line
Yep.
Highway right there. He's heading toward Dundee. So he is on M50 there between Britain and Dundee. Probably either heading home or getting back out ahead of these storms. But given that these storms are moving at 60 miles per hour, give or take a few, he's likely not going to be able to catch up with these. So likely Tyler is heading back home. And Tyler, if you're watching this, feel free to chime in on Zello as we go ahead and take back our radar scene here. So severe warning continues here. Go ahead.
Nope, I was just going to say pretty much the same thing. Severe thunderstorm warning continues there for areas shaded in orange. Again, 60 miles per hour, gusts possible there. And then special weather statement blanketed for areas in blue. Again, 50 to 55 miles per hour for those shaded in blue. Again, a little bit, I guess you're expecting a little bit weaker winds. But again, not by much. Again, 58 miles an hour is severe criteria. Again, this is a special weather statement for 50 to 55. So again, sporadic wind gusts, maybe perhaps a little bit greater than that, can't be ruled out as well. Again, this storm has a history of producing winds 60 to 65 across Lenawee County and areas just to the north as well. So again, still a powerful storm nonetheless, despite a special weather statement. But again, 50 to 55 mile per hour winds can still do damage as well. So again, take it seriously.
I'm going to try and pull in the desktop software here, but I'm not sure if I can. Oh, that's what I need. Got it. I got it. Oh, severe now for Oakland and Livingston counties.
I'll get the...
All right, 60 mile per hour winds as well as...
Yeah, guys, at current, I'm trying to make it to M23 and then blast north and see if I can get these storms as they're moving a little bit closer up on the, up in Macomb, St. Clair County. But it's going to be hard.
All right. Copy that. Thank you for the update. So new severe warning coming in here for northern Wayne, be for Canton, Livonia, all of Oakland County, West Bloomfield Township, Troy, Waterford, Oxford, Charter Township, as well as Brighton, Hartford or Heartland, and Tyrone Township, as well as Cohocton.
Yep, winds up to 60 miles per hour and pea-sized hail associated with this warning.
Yep, that's also going to be radar indicated, so it's not being confirmed. But again, these do have history of producing damaging wind gusts throughout Lenawee County, so do take it seriously.
Yep. Yeah, still moving north and east at 65 miles an hour. So still a very fast moving storm complex as well. Kind of waiting on velocity to update on my end with the
Right.
airport radar. But again, right now, stronger winds moving near the Hamburg area, Livonia. You guys are on deck. Taylor, Canton. Taylor being just south of the severe thunderstorm warning, but again, still some gusty winds for you possible as well. Maybe a little bit less than severe criteria, but wouldn't be surprised to see some gustier winds near the Taylor area as well. Again, this does not include Metro Detroit, but again, some gusty winds still possible for Metro Detroit here over the next probably 20 to 30 minutes here. Again, the strongest winds look to be off to your north and west, but still could have some severe wind gusts as these line of showers and thunderstorms move through just off to your north and west.
Look at our Dearborn camera here facing to the northwest. We start seeing those darker clouds in the horizon there. We're going to have a view here as these storms move to the north of Dearborn. We also have a couple other cameras out there. We have the Burton camera facing south. We can see that's a pretty gusty winds up there. We'll probably have a view of these storms coming up our direction momentarily. Well, not momentarily, but probably about another half hour to an hour here as these storms traverse northward toward the camera. And also we have the Harbor Beach cam, which is probably not going to get too much action today, but we still have that view there as well. So we'll keep an eye on these cameras and take them live here. Cameras here are courtesy of Guardian Technologies, based out of the Burton area. So shout out to those guys for getting these cameras up and working for us. I know we've probably had numerous super chats in here, as well as probably members. I'm not looking at chat right now. I will pop that in here. Go ahead and take a look at chat and kind of scroll back here. I apologize if we've missed you. Again, it's just me and Caleb for the past couple of days. We were live all night last night for both Michigan and Indiana. Probably had 2 hours of sleep this morning. We're back here live. So we're doing everything from 2 pages. So bear with us here. We're not on our A game, so to speak, but I think we're doing a pretty good job as is. So bear with us. And I do apologize if you donated or gifted memberships, anything that we usually shout out that we have not shouted out this time. We appreciate you guys for doing. Let's go ahead and pop this up
Yep,
here.
not that we're ignoring you. Just again, a lot of things to look at being just the two of us here. So a lot of moving parts here behind the scenes. So if you did gift any of those, again, thank you, as it is much appreciated as always. Again, we couldn't really do this without your support. So again, always appreciated from all of you. And thanks for watching on the stream as well. Great to have you on here, knowing that we're watching, we're aware, we're severe weather aware. Always a great thing to have here in the state of Michigan.
Thank you, Dorothy, for that $2 super chat. See a couple gifted memberships here. I see Sarah back another month. Says thanks for all you do. A couple other ones here. I saw I believe a $10 one earlier that kind of came through during the peak of the wind. So I apologize to get to you, Bob. Thank you for your $2 super chat there. It says Holly, no power. I believe it. I certainly believe it. So let's go ahead and roll back down. The chat only goes back up so far, so I apologize. I can't get back to the beginning of the stream, but we'll be live here as long as there's severe weather happening in Michigan. We'll be live here covering it, and we appreciate all you guys sticking with us, tuning in, and keeping yourselves aware of the threat today. Unrelated to Michigan, Caleb, we have a confirmed from last night, not right now, but a confirmed damage survey for Indiana's first tornado of the year that happened in Park County near the town of Mecca.
Yep, southern Indiana.
Yep. So Indiana folks, if you were watching us, your state's first tornado of the year occurred last night.
Can you send me the deets real quick on that?
Yeah, I can. It's actually on the IEM for IND, and email just went out too. So,
I just got it.
Yep, it just hit excuse me, it just hit my inbox. All right, so looking at the area of interest here, we're going to call out Livonia, West Bloomfield Township, Waterford Township, White Lake, Highland Township, Heartland Township, Osceola Township, Tyrone, Springfield, Independence, and Orion, Oxford, Ortonville, Holly, and Fenton areas. You need to be inside and away from windows. Texting a couple of people to get inside and away from windows, as I know a few people who live in the path of this. So if you find yourself anywhere in the yellow boxes, that is a severe thunderstorm warning here in effect until the 6:30 time frame or so. This is going to be moving northeast at 65 miles per hour. So storms are moving pretty fast here. Go ahead and take a look at the Dearborn camera here before we take a peek at our chasers. We're seeing on the left side of your screen, that's the area of storms moving to the northeast. They're going to pass to the north of this camera. Still going to get a pretty good view, I had to imagine, as these storms do move over the camera, or close to it at least. But we got you guys covered here. Let's go ahead and check out our chasers here. We got Tyler, we got Brandon on there now, and I believe that is all. Let's go ahead and figure out where Drew's at. I think Drew actually intercepted. Did I miss what he said? He's past the gust front now.
I guess I didn't hear him if he talked.
Yeah, I didn't either. Go ahead and reach out on Zello for him.
Me.
Hey, Drew, do you copy?
Hey, Drew, got a copy for us, buddy? Hey, Drew, got a copy for us, buddy? Just curious to know what you were seeing out there, what you were seeing out there.
If you guys got an echo there, I apologize.
Yeah, hi guys. Heading north right now. Trying to catch up to this line right now. Pretty gusty on the backside. Watching the kind of back end side by Hamburg right now. Trying to catch up to that. We'll show you a view here shortly.
So when you go through your audio on Zello, it comes back through my end. So it may echo for the guys in chat here. We'll have to fix that.
Yeah, yours does as well for me.
Okay. So the active alerts there are scrolling at the bottom of your screen. Severe warnings continue for Livingston, Oakland, Wayne counties until 6:30 p.m. For Washtenaw, it ends at 6 p.m. These storms moving northeast at around 65 miles per hour. So most of this, Washtenaw, you're pretty much clear from this, the bulk of these storms. The west side of Livingston is clear. If you live in Brighton, Genoa Township, Green Oak Township, Wixom, and Novi, White Lake. This is heading right for the radar site here. So we also have a camera, courtesy of Guardian, up here in the Burton area. So if these storms come close to Burton, we'll have a view of these storms as well.
Yep, again, severe thunderstorm warning still in effect for 60-mile-per-hour winds and hail up to 3/4 of an inch in diameter. Still seeing a pretty decent gust front on the leading edge. Just to the north of Hamburg, coming up to the I-96 corridor is really where that gust front is situated, right along I-96, Genoa Township, West Bloomfield, just to the south of you, just to the west of Canton, moving north and east at 65 miles an hour to the east northeast. Again, still seeing a few lightning bolts in here, Ryan. So again, this storm is still producing some lightning as it moves north and east at 65 miles an hour. Again, this storm has a history of producing damaging winds up to 60 to 65 miles an hour. A pretty potent gust front on the leading edge. Again, lots of tree damage and power line damage across Lenawee County. In areas behind this storm. So it does have a history of producing damage here across southeast lower Michigan. So do treat this seriously.
Also have a point to make here. I see a lot of comments about sirens going off. Now, there is no rotation with these storms. Some counties, I believe Wayne County and I believe Oakland County, are 2 counties that will sound their sirens for severe thunderstorm warning. So anytime the National Weather Service issues a severe warning, your tornadic sirens will sound. There is no rotation with these storms that we see. They're just 60-mile-per-hour winds at this time. Look at velocity here to see if there's any rotation. We're going to see greens or reds coming together, greens and reds coming together, and all we see are greens right now, which indicate winds going toward the radar very quickly as well. With brighter colors here indicate some brighter or some heavier winds there, but there is no rotation with these storms. There's no concern for tornadoes currently. There's a low chance one may happen today, but so far we haven't seen anything come close, so that concern's a lot lower than expected. That should continue. But right now, if you're hearing your sirens, there is no rotation with these cells. It is just a damaging wind risk up to 60 miles per hour. These storms do have a history of producing damage as well, as Caleb just said, through Lenawee County. So do take it seriously. Make sure you're indoors away from windows.
Yeah, right now the strongest wind gusts approaching the I-96 corridor, if not just slightly to the north, especially in western Oakland County there. Just to the south of Highland Township, right along the M59 corridor as well, between White Lake and Highland there. Some gusty winds approaching you from the west. Again, severe thunderstorm warning, 60-mile-per-hour winds, and hail below severe criteria at 3/4 of an inch or 0.75.
Thank you, Scott, for the gifted 5 memberships there. Appreciate your support. These warnings will continue for several more minutes. For Oakland and Livingston County, the warning continues for 45 minutes. For Washtenaw, that will be expiring here at 6 o'clock, or best case scenario here, they're going to cancel this as storms have moved out of Washtenaw. So you're pretty much all clear. Maybe some gusty winds lingering back there, but the bulk of the storms are now to your north. Wouldn't be shocked if they went ahead and canceled the Washtenaw County warning. Let's go ahead and look back south here. A couple questions, and this is the only round coming today. This is the only round that should be strong or perhaps severe. Anything below this should just be rain. So yes, rain is incoming tonight later on, but it's just moderate to light rain in nature, maybe a rumble of thunder at most. So this should be the only round to worry about for strong or severe storms. Got a peek here at our Dearborn cam. Again, seeing all the activity passing to the west and north of the camera, which is going to be the left side of your screen here. We're not going to get close, I don't believe, to this camera, unfortunately, today, but we do have that here. Okay, keep an eye on that. We'll switch over here to the Burton camera just to get an idea. Storms are approaching this camera as well over the next probably a half hour or so. I'm not sure we're going to get a direct pass over it, but we'll come close, I'm pretty sure, here in the Burton area.
Had some pretty good lighting on that camera last night, though, for a little bit.
We did, and I couldn't play it back, unfortunately.
For those of you that were watching us last night.
And the warning has now dropped for Washtenaw County. They canceled that warning. So yes, we have quite a bit of storm and also some land to get through here. So we'll be live as long as we have warnings in the state, as long as we see a threat here, we're going to be live. Macomb County, you are in no warning right now. You could see one perhaps in the north half of the county here in the next couple of minutes as the storm races off to the northeast. But right now, no warning for you in Macomb County. Only warnings in effect are going to be for Livingston, Oakland, and northern Wayne counties.
Yeah, we're going to get a really good idea of what these winds are doing here as they approach. Actually, the National Weather Service in Detroit's office near White Lake. So we're going to get maybe a confirmed report here of what the winds are doing at that location. So over the next few minutes.
Looks like they trimmed it back a little bit.
Yeah, yep, just a little bit there.
About to get hit by this line here. I'm going to have my camera on here shortly, but the line is about a few minutes away from me, so.
I got it.
Copy that, Drew. Just let me know when you're gonna put your stream up so I can take you. And again, if you guys are hearing sirens, you are likely hearing because your county has like an all alert type of system where if there's a warning issued, whether it's for severe, for winds or hail, or if it's a tornado warning, your sirens are going to sound. So there is no rotation with these storms. There's no tornado. There's no tornado warning. It is a severe thunderstorm warning with winds as your primary hazard.
Yep, right now the strongest winds appear to be near the Wixom area, just to the north of I-96 there. You can kind of see a couple different bowing segments associated with this line of storms here, with the strongest appearing between Nove and Lion Charter Township near Wixom, moving to the north and east at 60 miles an hour. You can see those brighter greens there kind of bowing out associated with that bowed front there, moving very close to the radar here. So again, your radar beam is very close to the surface here, only a few hundred feet off the ground. So again, winds nearest just above severe criteria, just above the ground here, probably 60 there. So do take this seriously. There's some pretty strong winds here moving towards White Lake really over the next 2 minutes here. It'll be near the radar. Again, base reef activity a little bit behind my velocity here. But again, still showing signs of some pretty strong wind gusts here associated with the storm as it races off to the north and east at 60 miles an hour. But the warning has dropped for Lenawee County as well as areas such as Ann Arbor. You guys are in the clear. Don't really expect any other severe thunderstorms again behind this. A few showers or an isolated thunderstorm are possible, but this is really the main event here today, as expected here. So again, strong winds near Wixom, moving towards Commerce Township, probably as I speak right now. Oxbow, you guys are on deck. White Lake Township, M59, all on deck for 60 miles per hour winds here. Again, some sporadic strong wind gusts possible near M23, near Hollers Corners. Hickory Ridge seeing some brighter returns there. Could have some gusty winds 50 to 60 miles per hour over there as well. But again, the strongest winds appear to be near Wixom, just to the west of West Bloomfield Township. Can you hear me, Ryan? You kind of froze on my end there a little bit.
Yeah, you got me. Yeah, I'm here. Sorry, I was muted.
Okay.
But I was just saying there's about 70,000 people in Michigan without power currently.
Yep. Yeah, outside of the severe thunderstorm warning, just widespread wind gusts of 40 to 50 plus miles an hour across the majority of Michigan here today, associated with our large low pressure system, which is racing off to the north and east into Canada here today. A really tight pressure gradient. Again, strong winds is a way of trying to balance air pressure, right? It's Mother Nature's way of trying to find an equilibrium, but a lot of times that comes in the form of strong winds and sometimes severe weather as well. So why we have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect here. Still for another 40 minutes here. Again, 60 miles per hour wind gusts here and hail up to 3/4 of an inch diameter. Getting very, very close to the National Weather Service office in White Lake as well. So getting close to the radar there.
Hey, Caleb, my radar happens to be stuck at 539. What is yours at?
539.
All right, let's go ahead and switch. Is the radar down or did they?
No, I just got a latest scan.
Okay, I'll go ahead and take you then.
I'm at 548.
Okay, I'm gonna jump out really quick. I have my food here. I'm gonna wolf it down, pop back on.
Yep, no problem. Right now, the strongest winds appear to be just to the south of White Lake Township, near Wixom, moving to the north and east at 60 miles an hour. Again, some really bright returns here, especially just to the west of Walled Lake, Wolverine Lake here, Commerce Township again. So brighter blues here, showing perhaps 60 plus miles per hour. A few pockets of isolated stronger wind gusts here, really throughout this entire area here, south of Commerce Township. Here comes the next scan here, moving north. Again, still showing these really bright colors here, which really is pronounced here with this bowed out segment here. You can kind of see this bowed front here. Yeah, here's the latest scan here. Now my reflectivity caught up here. So we are right on the radar here. So might get a little bit of distortion here as this line moves across the radar, and then we'll get another better interpretation here as we move on the other side of the radar. But again, seeing these bright greens here really close to the radar really shows that we're still seeing a severe wind threat on the surface here near White Lake. And we'll probably get a confirmed measurement here by DTX here as it moves over their station over the next really few minutes here. It's moving over as we speak. The National Weather Service in Detroit is in White Lake, if you did not know that. Right here where this orange circle here is, that is the radar itself. Again, this line of storms is actually moving over their office as we speak. So again, as we zoom out here, all of Oakland County pretty much under a severe thunderstorm warning here. Again, 60-mile-per-hour winds, hail up to 3/4 of an inch in diameter here. Again, you can really see that big boat out front here. You can kind of see the bright green stretching all the way down just north of Canton, crossing I-96, all the way up to the National Weather Service here, and stretching all the way back to, I believe, yeah, just to the east of Tyrone there. So a really big boat out front here. Again, really indicative of those stronger winds, with the strongest winds right now being close to the Wixom area and areas just north, Waterford Township. Again, moving near the M59 corridor here. I mean, look at some of these stronger winds here, right on the nose of the radar here. A little bit distorted here. Again, we'll get a better interpretation as this line moves on the other side of the radar here. We'll probably have a good idea, or the National Weather Service will have a good idea here if they're going to extend this warning at all over the next few minutes as they really sample the winds as it goes directly over their office. So again, really good data going to come into the office there from this storm. So we should have a really good idea of what we're looking at here over the next few minutes. Yeah, I see a comment in here. Did it pass Canton? Yeah, Canton's sitting right down here in northwest Wayne County again. Yeah, you guys are in the clear again. The strongest gust front moving towards the Livonia area, West Bloom Township, Waterford, again, White Lake Township. You guys are in the gust front right now, if not just past you. Independence Township, moving towards the I-75 corridor here. You guys are getting hit right now. Oxford Charter Township, you guys are on deck next. Same thing with Orion Township, Springfield, Ortonville, Leonard, Addison, you guys are all on deck here for 60 miles per hour winds here. Again, this storm is moving northeast very, very quickly. 65 miles per hour northeast here is the storm motion here. And another lightning bolt popped up here very close to the office. I bet our radar operators and meteorologists there at staff heard that one. That is fairly close to the office there. May have shook their monitor wall there a little bit. So I bet they heard that one.
We got Brandon popping in here as well. I think he is going to be in the Thumb region. Let's go ahead and find his scene. We're going to go scene 61, 81 actually. He's in the Thumb area. I'll try and find him. Yeah, he's up by the Sandusky. He's got a little bit of ways to go before these storms get to him. Nice clear visual there. I'm going to take my radar back here. So Washtenaw no longer in a severe warning. We have all of Oakland, northern Wayne, and also the eastern part of Livingston County in a severe thunderstorm warning, and it goes till 6:30 p.m. Hazard with that is going to be 68 mile per hour gusts. Also have a not a good look yet, but we also can see the storm getting close to the Burton camera here. Pointing south, we can start seeing the a little bit dark cloud there indicating that's the storm probably approaching. So pretty windy out there as well. This is facing south out of the Burton area, located at the Guardian headquarters in Burton. We'll keep an eye on that camera. Hopefully have a good visual here for you guys later on as these storms move closer to Burton. And for reference, Burton is right here. You can see on the map and facing south. So we're getting close. These storms will likely probably skip Burton to the south, but we'll get close. We'll probably be in direct impact, but we'll get close there.
Yep, the strongest winds moving over Waterford Township right now, approaching the I-75 corridor. Again, this scan is a little bit behind, so these stronger winds are probably at the I-75 corridor, if not just a little bit ahead of that. As we speak, there's the latest reflectivity scan there showing the progression of this line. Again, still moving north and east very, very quickly. 65 miles an hour is how fast this line of storms is progressing here. So we'll probably get a really good idea of what these winds are doing here, Ryan, over the next few minutes here as that data is sampled at the office itself.
Yeah, I was going to say it's passing right over their office, so if they don't have, I mean, if you see all the yellow boxes drop off, that means they probably didn't measure anything worthwhile, but we'll get a good gust estimate here, or measurement, should I say. What is the status of Monroe County? You are all clear. Rain will move in later tonight, but for severe weather, strong storms, you guys are all clear. Lenawee, Monroe, Washtenaw, and Wayne, you guys are all good.
And this warning is still in effect for another 32 minutes here. Again, 60 miles an hour being the primary hazard, with some small hail in there as well. And there is some lightning still being detected here on radar. A couple lightning strikes on radar, with the newest one near Waterford Township, just south of Drayton Plains there. Got a nice CG there. But again, this storm has a history of producing damaging winds up to 60 to 65, really consistent with that throughout this entirety of the storm here, from Lenawee County all the way to now Oakland County. So a really consistent storm, I might add, Ryan.
Yeah, it's been pretty consistent as well. I mean, this has been a interesting storm, to say the least. We didn't really expect it to be this concerning. We talked about earlier on our briefing how the later we get into the day, the less ingredients come together for severe weather. So we're kind of getting into that evening time frame where ingredients are going to start to drop off here. Did not expect there to be numerous warnings like this today, but nonetheless, we have a lot of wind shear out there, and we had just enough moisture and instability to support the severe threat today, and we're seeing that come to fruition. So I do think, though, as we continue north and east, these storms will likely start to weaken and perhaps die out because we're going to lose moisture and instability the later we get. That's still expected to happen. It's just going to be a matter of how far these storms can get and remain strong. Looks like they just decided to opt for an SPS, so it looks like they're going to drop the severe, at least for right now. The severe continues, but additionally up toward Capac, Lapeer, Goodland areas, you guys are now in a special weather statement. They're going to go wind gust of 50 to 55 miles per hour. So likely what that means is they sampled the winds here at their office, and they're likely either just below severe limits or not quite to severe limits. So what that likely means is these storms are weakening, and we'll see either a continuation of a warning perhaps in a few minutes, or likely what's going to happen is a special weather statement will replace the severe warning for Lapeer County. They also just cleared the Livingston County area, so all clear. The warning has been dropped, as well as the west half of Oakland County. The warning has now been dropped. So it just continues for, again, pretty much the entirety of Oakland, minus the very far west and perhaps south zone here of the county.
Yep, again, this line of storm is still moving very quickly. They kept the storm speed at 65 miles an hour, so it's still moving very steadily for the north and northeast at 65 miles an hour, so still moving fairly fast. But it's just impressive, Ryan, on the expanse of the wind field that this storm has taken, starting from a very small isolated cell in Lenawee County to know a large line or complex, as you will, of wind parameters. So very interesting to see that.
How it evolves here. We had the cell that started developing down here in Northwest Ohio. We can track it all the way back down to Indiana, where it was by you, Caleb, where you live down in the Fort Wayne area.
Yep, I
Starts
heard
moving
it.
our way. Yeah, you heard it. I remember we were talking on stream here before we went live. Kind of progressing this into Lenawee. The warning happened for Lenawee. A lot of wind happened. Then all of a sudden, it kind of congealed into a line. And then now we are up here as the storm continues to push itself north and east.
Yeah, it didn't really have a lot of wind when it was down here near me, but it did have some heavy rain and a lot of lightning with it.
Yeah, the wind here was cranking. All right, so only county currently under a severe warning is going to be Oakland. All other counties are clear of severe weather. We also have a statement, which is a step down from a severe warning. This is going to be for wind gusts up to 55 miles per hour. Now, if you remember, 58 is the criteria or greater than 58 for a severe warning. So what that tells us is it's weakening. They don't expect there to be too many, if any, severe wind gusts with this storm. So they went ahead and opted for the step down to a statement versus a warning for Lapeer, St. Clair, and northern Macomb County, as well as the very far southeast portion of Genesee.
But still a strong thunderstorm nonetheless, even though we are just below severe criteria. Again, winds 50 to 55 miles an hour can still cause damage, hence needing to issue a special weather statement. Again, we're not at severe criteria, but we're just a few miles an hour shy of that. So again, still a pretty strong thunderstorm here. Loose objects blown around, trash cans being blown to Fred's yard or up the road, and perhaps some isolated tree or shingle damage as well. So still a pretty strong storm complex here, despite being downgraded just a little bit. Hopefully we see that degradation or that weakening trend continue here as these storms continue racing off to the east, northeast at 65 miles an hour.
All right, new report coming in from emergency management reports wind damage, large tree down on fire on Prospect Hill Road. Got a couple of batch reports here coming in here. Let's go ahead and say just one. Okay, here we go. Emergency manager reports utility pole leaning with power lines down on Miller Road in Scioto Township. Ann Arbor, Washtenaw County Emergency Management reports large tree on fire with power lines down at the intersection of Nottingham Independence Boulevard. And then in Pittsfield Township, which is by Saline, emergency manager reports a large branch down on a gas meter and apartment complex in Pittsfield Township. So thunderstorm wind damage continues, or did continue, out of Lenawee into Washtenaw, it appears. So Lenawee, Washtenaw counties got hit pretty hard in spots, it appears, via the reports that we're getting here from the National Weather Service database. If you guys have damage, feel free to send us a message with pictures or videos or just overall reports. We will gladly take those. I also would like to, while it's appropriate here, with the wind damage in some spots, we do have a sponsor that does cover the southeast corner of Michigan that has been affected today from 69 down to the border of Ohio over to US 127. We do have McKay tree specialists. So if you do have tree damage, need a tree service to come help you out, give McKay tree specialist a call, 248-308-7308. And again, they're in southeast Michigan, located in the Washtenaw County area, but again, they cover up to the 69 corridor, up in the thumb, down to around the Ohio border over to US 127. So pretty much where these storms track through today is where they cover. So
yeah, and it sounds like we've had quite a bit of tree damage as well.
Mm-hmm.
You just heard Ryan with the storm reports there. Again, a lot of power lines down, a lot of trees down. So again, if you guys do come across a down power line, again, sounds like a lot of these are still live, hence the trees are on fire. Or arcing going on with some of these down lines. So again, treat those with caution. avoid those areas if you do come across any down power lines. Again, right now, the strongest winds, eastern Oakland County here, coming near Oxford Chowder Township. Looks like the majority of the winds, though, Ryan, are now on the north and east side of the I-75 corridor. Still some gusty winds coming into the Troy area there in far eastern Oakland Township. But again, your strongest winds look to be just on the other side of the I-75 corridor, Ryan.
Yeah, I agree with you there. We'll have to see if we're getting any more reports coming out of Lapeer or Genesee or perhaps St. Clair or Macomb. Although I would suggest right now, looking at radar, of course, I can say it this way too. When the storms went over me, it was really gusty. It didn't look to be severe. So kind of the same kind of presentation here. They're not too strong via radar, but it can be deceiving on these types of days. So we'll take it seriously here. The severe warning continues for Oxford Charter Township, and it's about to cross I-75 into Lapeer County, if not already into Lapeer County right now.
Yeah, right along the M24 corridor from Thomas Lake Orion all the way down to Auburn Hills. You can kind of see the bowed front to this gust front here, where those brighter reds start to move in as well, right along the leading edge of that line there. Moving northeast, still at 65 miles an hour, so still a very fast-moving complex of storms. Getting ready to move into the Leonard area, Edison Township, Rochester Hills. You guys are on deck here. Far eastern and northeastern Oakland County. Still in a severe thunderstorm warning as this system exits Oakland County and moves into a special weather statement for 50 to 55 miles per hour winds. Still sub-severe, but still a very strong system here. Again, 50 to 55 mile an hour winds can cause damage or isolated power outages as well. So not something to disregard entirely.
We'll pop the Guardian cam from Burton back on your screen. We're watching that cell passing off to the south currently. It came close, but didn't get close enough for a direct pass. But you can see the range shaft there between the pine tree and the building there on the left side of your screen. You can definitely see where that storm currently is, but we're not going to get a direct hit today on our Burton cam. We'll get it eventually. We had one last night, had some lightning here. These cameras, again, from Guardian Technology, is going to be a big use for us here this year in our severe coverage and also overall coverage on this page. So appreciate Guardian for putting these cameras out for us.
Absolutely.
So this
really
storm,
good quality cameras too, might I add.
Oh yeah. That was also, I was running there showing you guys, it's not even the highest quality I could run it. And it still looks pretty good.
Nope.
There you go, crystal clear.
Yep. These will also be really handy for at night. For those of you wondering where the aurora is at, we'll be able to pick that up on these cameras as well. So aurora tracking will be very handy here with these cameras.
Agree.
Back to our storm here again. Still in Oakland County here. Some of the strongest winds are starting to move out of Oakland County on the northern side of town, Oxford Charter Township, right around the M24 corridor here, starting to move out of Oakland. So Thomas, Oakwood, you guys are coming into the Metamora area as well, just to the north of county line there. Have some stronger winds moving up there as well. Again, as the storm moves out, it'll transition into a special weather statement for 50 to 55 miles per hour winds, and that was issued after the storm complex moved over the National Weather Service. So they likely sampled these winds and favored a special weather statement. And by looking at radar, I would have to agree with that. Hopefully, this gradual weakening trend continues here as these storms move ultimately north and east and eventually into Canada. But again, no other statements or warnings in the state of Michigan. Again, this is actually the only severe thunderstorm warning in the entire Great Lakes region at this moment. We had a few in Indiana earlier, but right now, all of those storms are well subpar of severe limits. I'm not really seeing anything to our south and west that'll be moving up. Again, we'll have to watch those just in case any of them get strong. But again, primarily this is hopefully it for the night once this continues to move east and out of the area.
So chasers on the storm currently. We have Drew, I believe, still with these storms. Maybe, maybe not. Tyler's back behind these storms. I don't see Drew on here. Drew's up in the Flint area, so no Drew. We do have Robert here in the statement. We also have Brandon up in Sandusky area. So we do have a couple other chasers who are out and about on this storm. Actually, we actually have a picture from Rob. Let's see if I can get this in the stream here. Just realized that Rob sent a picture to the chat C there, and I didn't realize he was actually looking at that storm.
I didn't either.
See if he gives us permission
Really,
to share that.
Pretty base there. Almost a little bit of a shelf cloud too on the left-hand side once we get it loaded in.
All right, this storm is about to exit the severe warning here for Oakland County, but it will continue into Lapeer. Maybe some gustier winds coming back up here, Caleb, toward the Oxford Charter Township, getting close to 50 again. You know, based
Yeah, I
off
was seeing
that,
that too.
yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if they went ahead and re-up that for Lapeer. But again, they have a lot more data they can go off of. They have a lot of reports. You got people calling into them. We don't have that, so they have more information than we do. So if they're not getting reports, they may not issue one. But radar presentation here does suggest we may be close to severe limits again for the southern portion of Lapeer County. We'll see if they do anything with it. But regardless of any severe, there is still a statement there in blue. The statement is below a severe warning, but still it communicates that wind gusts could be upwards of 55 miles per hour, and 58 is the criteria for severe warnings. This statement is for up to 55, so we're close, but not quite there yet, according to NWS.
And again, as we start moving away from the radar, our radar beam is going to be sampling a little bit higher. So we may start to see a little bit stronger winds as well being depicted by radar as we start moving further away from it. But again, nonetheless, still pretty close to the radar here. So still getting a really good interpretation by the radar of what is going on a few hundred feet above the ground. So getting pretty close to the I-69 corridor from Lapeer over to Coppic. So strong winds approaching your area as well.
This one I'm not sure of, Caleb. I think it's K-Pac.
K-Pac?
K-Pac, I think. I'm going to get that picture pulled in from Rob there just to the east of Flint. It's going to be a second to load that in. It's a beautiful photo. Let's go ahead and put that in the sources tab and pull that bad boy up. Image.
Yeah, Lexi, Waterford, you guys are in the clear. This storm is off to your east now. Still in a severe thunderstorm warning. However, that storm is moving out of the warning area as we speak.
I don't know if you guys can see me resizing this or not. If you can't, maybe. Hopefully you guys can't, but it came in really large. There we go. Hopefully you guys can see that. Go ahead and place that. There we go. See if that fits in. That is from Rob, one of our partner chasers out of the Flint area, actually Lapeer County to be exact. That is a beautiful view there of this storm near the Lapeer area. So thank you to Rob there for sending that into the chat. You can use that on stream. I don't believe he's live. We'll go ahead and check the live feed, make sure he's not live with us. But he is out and about. He's actually near or at his home base there. And no, there's Rob in the top right corner. He is not with us, at least for right now. Once this warning drops, we'll likely stay on for at least a little while to make sure it doesn't go rewarned for St. Clair or Lapeer County or perhaps even Sandusky. We also have Brandon, one of our chasers, positioned in Sandusky too, out ahead of the storm. So perhaps another visual on it as it approaches his location. I'll have to talk with him here and see what his plan is. But generally speaking, it does appear to be weakening just a bit, but with those wind gusts could still be quite strong in nature. Don't let the low reflectivity value, obviously in the reds, go away. It might just turn more yellow perhaps, but that doesn't really mean much anything when the winds are still cranking upwards of 40 to 50 miles per hour. We still see a little bit of a defined gust front there with some heavier pockets of wind potentially moving into Lapeer County. This is going to be near the Dryden, Thornville, and Metamora area, as well as Hadley, Farmers Creek, and Hunters Creek. I haven't said those names since the Grand Blanc tornado back in 2024, last year. I remember calling out those names repeatedly on that stream. So this is a area that has not seen too much severe weather. That's always good to remember. You called the name out a year ago and haven't called it since until now.
Yep,
So,
and that severe thunderstorm warning has been canceled.
yep. So they'll continue. Oh, canceled or expired?
I think it still had a little bit of time left on it.
Yeah, they canceled it. So that's good news. They're not really seeing anything severe for this. So we'll stay on here though, regardless. And the warning, I was going to ask you guys, what do you think about that warning bar? Check out the latest scan though, Caleb.
I'm looking near Dryden.
Yeah, Dryden
Maybe
to
a pocket
Lapeer.
of 60-mile-an-hour winds, or at
Yeah.
least upper 50s there,
Mhm.
getting close to severe criteria. Same thing for Thornville, Metamora, Hunters Creek, approaching the I-69 M53 corridor there, just to the south of Attica, from Lapeer all the way to Dryden. A few pockets of some stronger winds kind of funneling or mixing down to the ground there. So it'll be interesting to see what DTX decides to do there. But winds close to severe criteria, especially in the Dryden area. Again, get a crossroad in there. It would be Dryden Road and what looks like Rochester Road there, just to the outside of Dryden, but probably coming into Dryden as I speak here. So kind of isolated pockets of sporadic wind gusts that perhaps are approaching severe criteria there. Something to keep an eye on as the storm progresses.
What do you guys think of our warning bar? Let us know what you think about this. This is something that we introduced this year. Everything on it's automated. We don't touch a single thing with it. Let us know what you think about it.
If another severe thunderstorm warning is issued, you'll see that bar light up yellow, and you'll see the warning tag and the counties affected pop up, just as we have seen here. So
We also can control it manually. So, for example, I want to change the special weather statement, I can find that and click it just so we can change it like that. But we like to keep it on the automation just so everything looks and runs smoothly. Sometimes it'll glitch out a few times. Working on bug fixes with it, but still, I think it's a good tool to have here, because last software we have, everything was manually touched and clicked and switched by us. So this is all automated. Let's it run basically with a time and date. Really helps us out. So hopefully it kind of helps you guys too, kind of rotate through what's happening in Michigan if you have questions, about your county or stuff like that. So Sunny in chat here says there is fire happening in Ogama, Iosco, and Aranet counties. The departments are really busy. Yeah, that's because we're really dry. Yesterday especially was really dry, and today was really windy. So kind of overlapping fire conditions, favorable fire conditions, should I say, for parts of Michigan. Still getting those pockets there of some gustier, heavier winds there. 60, the heaviest pocket actually, Caleb, believe it or not, says
66 I have
78.
Oh, okay.
5 minutes ago, heading into Dryden. So obviously, that's nothing to take lightly. Of course, these winds are about, I'm going to say probably 1,000 to 2,000 feet off the ground here from the radar. So they may not be mixing down to the surface. Wouldn't be shocked if they were, though. So we'll see if they get any
The latest
reports.
scan approaching 69 and M53 looks pretty potent there. It's a real narrow swath being funneled down to the ground. Yeah, wait till the latest scan comes in.
I'm going to pop open GR2 because you talk about latest scans and such, and I'm just sitting here like, come on, load.
Yeah, sorry, I get to see them first for some reason.
Yeah, Radar Omega lately has been, let's go ahead and switch over to GR2 if we don't mind, guys. Actually, no, we'll keep it here. We'll keep it right here on Radar Omega. But yeah, Caleb, do you have your screen pulled up I can share?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, here we are near Dryden here. Here's the latest scan that Ryan can't see. So here you go, Ryan.
Thanks.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, wind, Ryan wind. Here you go. Again, this is coming into just south of Attica here. You can kind of see these kind of pockets of embedded heavier winds here associated with this heavier cell here, moving right along the I-69 M53 corridor here, Imlay City, south of Goodland. Some pockets of some heavier wind here. This being the strongest outside the Dryden area. Again, winds a few thousand feet off the ground, close to 70 miles an hour here in these brighter pockets. I'm not sure how much of that is mixing down to the ground. But again, nonetheless, a pocket of some heavier winds, perhaps near severe criteria, 60 miles an hour, outside the Dryden area, coming into Imlay City. Would not be surprised to see a few reports near or at severe criteria for that location. Again, the radar beam here is a few thousand feet off the ground. So again, these winds fairly close to the surface, but likely the strongest winds just being above the surface, but perhaps mixing down near severe criteria. And here we go, still showing that pocket moving into Imlay City here, just on the north side of 69 M53. Pocket of heavier winds near or at severe criteria for Imlay City. Again, very close to 60 miles an hour. I wouldn't be surprised to see severe criteria met within Imlay City, if I'm being completely honest with you. It's a pretty strong return there, and it has carried for several scans here as well. So. Yeah, especially where you have those purples at.
D, I see your comment here in chat, and I see that actually. Looks like there might have been a lightning strike in Adrian that caught one of the downtown historic buildings on fire. I can't confirm that. That's just kind of what I'm being fed here through multiple people. So perhaps some damage there via lightning strike. Looks like there's a 3-alarm fire going on in the city of Adrian. Numerous departments on scene for a 3rd alarm fire, potentially due to lightning strike from the earlier storms.
No. Hopefully the winds cooperate for them.
Yeah,
even on the backside
too.
of this, we're still going to have some gusty synoptic winds out of the southwest as our really tight pressure gradient over the entire Great Lakes region here, thanks to our low pressure system. And that's really going to keep winds 20 to 30, gusting to 40, 45 plus here through the remainder of the evening before they slowly subside overnight into tomorrow. So hopefully the winds cooperate with them. Winds definitely make firefighting difficult.
At least it's not too hot or too cold out there for him.
Yeah.
Just the right type of day.
Radar just did something funky on. What did it do?
Same. We're going to go ahead and switch to GR2. Omega's been doing this quite a lot throughout the past couple of hours here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take your screen full, and I'm going to switch my screen out to GR2.
Yep. So here we are looking at really bad interpretation of this storm here. But again, strongest winds near Imlay City, moving northeast, 60 to 65 miles an hour. Again, really hard to tell what's going on with this being all distorted as it is. It's just, hey, we're back. Just like that, we're back. Still some stronger pockets of embedded winds there, probably approaching severe criteria. If not, maybe slightly reached in Imlay City, near Attica as well, approaching the Goodland area, M4, M53, just to the west of Capic there. Even Almont seeing some stronger winds there, perhaps 50 to 55 miles an hour. So again, storms are on a weakening trend overall, but a few pockets of isolated stronger wind gusts associated with this, as being represented by radar here. We just had to threaten the radar that we were going to leave it and choosing something else, and it brought it back.
I have GR2 pulled up as well, and mine's still broken for what it's worth.
Oh, okay. It's kind of like
not me.
Yeah, it's kind of like the old saying: just kick it if it doesn't work, or threaten it if it doesn't work. And lo and behold, it works.
Take a hammer to it.
I don't know about that, but we just have to say we're going to go to another product if you don't work, and there it is. Again, no severe thunderstorm warnings in effect anymore in the state of Michigan. We have been reduced to a special weather statement. Still in effect for another 19 minutes here. Again, a general weakening trend overall has been observed here, but again, isolated pockets of stronger wind gusts, especially here in near Attica, Imlay City, just to the west of Capic, I-69 M53 corridor there, just to the south of Goodland, likely just to the southeast of Goodland now for those stronger winds as I'm rating on the next scan to catch back up. Again, storms are moving fairly fast, 65 miles an hour east northeast here. I'd be very curious if they extend the special weather statement further east here, Ryan, as we do still see some stronger winds represented on radar here. Again, a little bit. Oh, come on. It's still a few thousand feet off the ground, but nonetheless, some stronger winds still perhaps mixing down.
Good old GR2 is to the rescue here. And you can still see those distinct swaths of heavier winds. And there is your special weather statement now for
Yep.
Macomb, Sanilac, and St. Clair. They're going winds up to 50 miles per hour, no hail with that risk. Go ahead and take Caleb's screen back there. Wait for that blue. There he goes. That blue box be extended, and you just saw it there extended. So there is your new latest special weather statement for the St. Clair and the northern part of Macomb, as well as Sanilac County area.
Yeah, and the
Places
storm
included-
motion has also slowed down a little bit too, 55 miles an hour now, north-northeast.
Places included is Brockway, Yale, Speaker, Peck, Melvin, Croswell, Lexington, Lakeport, Blaine, Fargo, Avoca, Ruby, Gardendale, Roseburg, Applegate, at Aitkin too. So that's going to go for another 30 minutes. And when this storm exits over Lake Huron, that will likely conclude our coverage here of severe weather on this day, March 15th, 2025. This is our first long form, really, video or coverage here for Michigan. We had 2 warnings last night, one for Cass, one for Berrien. We covered for about a half hour or so. We jumped into the Indiana coverage, and Michigan stayed pretty tame. And then we had some pretty large hail, actually, Caleb. I don't know if you saw that or not, but we had some pretty large hailstones with that line through the thumb this morning. We had a couple of quarters being reported to us via, or at least close to quarter size hail being reported to us via you guys. So overall, this is our first bigger day here in Michigan. Not really a big day, but first longer multiple warning type of day here in Michigan. So the plan is to do this 24/7, 365 this year. So feel free to hit the like, subscribe, follow, like, whatever platform you're watching. Everything is free to follow here. It is optional to financially support us. Obviously, we appreciate that, but it is not required here to get your information. Current time here, you can also match up, is 6:29 p.m. Eastern time here, March 15th. So if you are not watching at that particular time, feel free to refresh your video feed to get caught up. And thank you, Jared, for the super chat, $5. Says thanks for what you guys do. Appreciate you, Jared. Thank you for your support. So no warnings in the state currently. We do have a winter weather advisory, though, for the parts of the UP and also northern lower Michigan. That's going to be for incoming snow tonight, I believe. I actually have not looked. We've had a very congealed past 24 hours, which I have not been able to take a look at the future forecast. I've been so focused on these severe events. I haven't been really able to pay attention to the winter events further north. So that is going to be a winter weather advisory in effect for portions of northern lower Michigan. That's going to be for 3 to 6 inches of snow, as well as accumulations of a light glaze possible. So we'll get on the forecast once we're all out of here, so you guys are aware of that. And again, apologies for not getting the forecast out. We've been very busy. For those of you who have not been following the past 24 hours, Caleb and I have been live all night last night for Indiana and Michigan, and we're probably on 2 hours of sleep combined here. So we are very tired, but we are here for it. So
Yep, and absolutely. Just as Ryan said, we'll follow this storm into Lake Huron to make sure it does not re-intensify here before it exits over the lake and into Canada. But again, gusty winds, non-thunderstorm related, are possible throughout the remainder of the evening here and into the overnight hours across Michigan. Again, we have over 70,000 customers without power in the state of Michigan at this time here. So again, really strong winds here across the state out of the southwest, and that'll continue here into the overnight hours before a cold front comes through late tonight and into tomorrow morning. And temperatures are going to be quite chilly into the day tomorrow, aren't they, Ryan?
Yeah, they're going to be in the 40s there. So hold on.
Yeah, the cold front's going to come through, drop temperatures overnight tonight. Today was really the last day that we have here in the 70s for at least a little bit here. We'll get there again. Nope, all is good. Well, Ryan takes care of a little bit of business here. Again, we'll keep tracking this as it moves east and exit the state of Michigan here. Again, this is the only storm that is has a statement on it in the state of Michigan at this time. Look further back. Again, a little bit of a line of showers here. Northern Indiana, again, subsevere. Maybe some winds to 30 miles an hour within there as the precipitation exits the region again. Nothing to the west here behind these showers and thunderstorms. Again, the bulk of the severe weather today has been portioned primarily across the south. Even had a few intense tornadoes down here today, but much less as we move further north. Again, we said today was more of a conditional risk, a risk nonetheless, but we have seen that materialize here across both Indiana and southern Michigan here today with severe thunderstorm warnings in both states. Again, still some gusty winds here. Probably the strongest portion of the cell here, sitting right here just to the east of Goodland here, east of Burnside, moving towards Croswell and Lexington, just to the south of Watertown, coming near M19 here over the next 15 minutes or so. Again, special weather statement in effect for another 27 minutes.
Let's take a peek around at our cameras again, because why not?
Absolutely.
See if I can't pull it up here. Back to scene 4. Go ahead and take my screen. And we're going to go ahead and pop open the cameras here. This is the Dearborn camera. We're going to see the Burton camera there. Nice cloudy day. And the Harbor Beach camera over Lake Huron there. So we are going to be keeping a close eye on these cameras this year. Can't say it enough. These are going to be huge for operations here at MSC this year. We have chasers who are active. We have 20 of those. We're going to probably have close to 20 of these cameras, if not more, eventually, to help us out with visuals on these storms as well. So we are super excited to have that this year. Thank you to Guardian for making that happen for us. And yeah, Caleb, I'm not really seeing too much of anything impressive with the storm either that would lead me to believe it's going to re-strengthen or
yeah, I am not. It's
become warned again. Melvin, Speaker, and Peck, you guys would be up next for some heavier rain, perhaps some gusty winds. It does not look to be severe. I'm going to go take Caleb's radar back there just because he has a little bit better view on it, I think. So I'll leave it at that.
And got a few more minutes left here on this special weather statement as it moves towards the Croswell area. But again, sub-severe at this point in time. And we do see that weakening trend continuing. So good news there. And this will likely, as Ryan said, conclude our severe weather ops for today. Hopefully, no other storm becomes strong here. But I don't really see that here. Again, our ingredients are waning as we go into the evening here today. We don't really have the ingredients left over after this storm to really support strong to severe weather. But nonetheless, we'll still watch radar here this evening just in case anything goes strong. But I really don't see that happening here.
Yeah, I think we're done for the
I'd be
night.
I'd be highly surprised if that were to happen.
Got about 20 more minutes here on this video before we hop out of here. So while I still got some of you guys in here, we're going to go and walk through some of our sponsors while we kind of wait this out. Our sponsors here keep us operational. As we mentioned, for tree services in Southeast Michigan, where a lot of you guys may have been affected today by wind damage from your trees, give McKay Tree Specialist a call, 248-308-7308. They'll have you covered there in Southeast Michigan. We have a couple other places to shout out as well. We have StormGuard Construction and Roofing based out of the Detroit metro area from Macomb, Oakland counties as well. We have Mike Hayes Roofing and Siding based at where the storm is actually at, St. Clair and Sanilac counties. We also have Lifestyle Exteriors based out of the Lansing area. We also have Kuiper Tree Care based out of the Grand Rapids area. Cass Roofing and Siding based out of Powderville. Gull Lake Tree based out of the Kalamazoo area. Also, we have FBI Buildings. They cover the entire state of Michigan, minus a couple counties, but pretty much the entire state. We also have the Guardian team with us. I don't have a banner for you guys, unfortunately, just yet, but we will in the future. Guardian Technologies is our team that does the camera installs across the state of Michigan for us. So thank you to Guardian for doing that. Sponsors help keep us operational, as what we do here is not free. We have a lot of costs, whether it's equipment, whether it's software. These radar products we use are not free to use. Everything costs money, unfortunately, nowadays. So sponsors help offset that. In return, they also help you guys as well in the event you have roofing damage or perhaps tree damage. You guys know who to trust, who to call when the time comes if you do experience damage. So it's kind of a mutual benefit for all of us. So that's why we do our sponsors and want to shout those guys out as much as possible. So with that being said, back to the radar. This storm is quite weak in nature, moving into the Peck area. It'll be out of the state over the lake in about, we're going to say about 20 minutes or so. Once it does so, we will be off here, and I believe Caleb and I are going to go good night, and we're not going to see us again until probably Monday. No, we'll be back in action here. I'll get a forecast made for you guys for the winter weather advisory that's up there. So we'll get some updates on the page. It's been a very, very busy last 36 hours for us here. So,
well, Ryan means to say here, as soon as we hop off, we'll be able to get our daily tasks done for the day before we say sayonara. So,
yep.
Again, we're both running on 2 hours of sleep in the last probably 24 hours.
48
combined.
Hours, actually.
48. Yeah, it probably is 48 hours. I don't even know what day it is anymore. But yeah.
We're not complaining either. We're just kind of meandering through these days together. So for those of you wondering where Joel's at, he is AFK, off on vacation. He'll be back on Monday. No worries there. But yeah, we were down a person. We had Chandler in Illinois. We had Alex who was sick. So we kind of were short staffed when all is said and done here. So yeah, it's been a very hectic last couple of days for Caleb and I, but it's fun. I like what we do here.
Absolutely.
Summer says high risk of passing out as soon as you lay down. Tonight we're going to sleep good, Caleb. I know I am. I hope you do too.
Yep. PDS bedtime. I see in my near future.
Oh, that's great. That's great. So statement continues here for the St. Clair and Sanilac County areas. Croswell, Peck, Speaker, Applegate, and Port Sanilac are going to be in the statement. Wind up to 50 miles per hour is the hazard here. Let's go ahead and take a look at the velocity on my camera here. I'm going to switch this over to mine. There we go. Velocity via GR2. And now GR2 is kind of acting up here. Go figure.
That's on par with everything else today.
Well, Omega doesn't look too bad. Go figure on that. We're just going to say it doesn't look too impressive. Maybe some gustier pockets of wind again near the Brown City, Melvin speaker area, and perhaps moving into Yale. But other than that, there's nothing too concerning that I see here on radar. And yeah, the radar is just it's a weird day today for the radar. I don't know what's going on with it. But once these storms are off and over Lake Huron, we will be off here for the night. Any recommendations since the emergency app won't work? Why won't it work? Is it down or something, Aaron?
Yeah, let us know on that.
So the emergency app is not working. So let me think here. As much as I hate this app personally, WeatherBug I know has a good alert system. So WeatherBug might be a good alert app for you. I don't know of any other apps. I believe FEMA has an app as well. I'm not positive on that one, but I believe FEMA has an app as well. We'll do some research, and we are in the process, early stages of getting an app ourselves. So we'll eventually cure this for you guys. Eventually, it may not be soon, but eventually we're going to cure that alert side of things for you. But for right now, we will look into a separate app for you. If you want to know, we can always message the page and we'll get it to you here. But I believe the alternative one would be the FEMA app, although don't quote me on that. If anybody here in chat has any app ideas for weather alerts, feel free to drop it in. Yeah, if you guys could communicate what's wrong with that app, just let me know what it is. Perhaps it's I don't want to speculate, but I'm wondering if it's more so a settings issue maybe, or if it's an actual like an app issue. Because if many of you have issues, it has to be probably an app issue, I have to assume. But Julie says Storm Shield and WeatherBug would be the two apps she recommends. Allie says Weather Channel app, AccuWeather. So yeah, there's a plethora of them out there. We recommend the Emergency Red Cross app, but if that's not working, we'll look for another one. We'll get that out to you guys as a recommendation.
Again, got a few more minutes left here on the special weather statement as the storm heads towards the Sandusky Croswell area. But again, well below severe criteria. Again, you can just see that special weather statement has been trimmed off there. So to the west. So this is the only special weather statement in the state of Michigan and really in the entire Great Lakes area at this point in time. And once this moves off, that will conclude our coverage for today. But as always, we appreciate you guys hanging out with us here over the last 48 hours. I know it's been quite a crazy weather weekend here and into the work week. But again, thanks so much for spending time with us and hanging out with us here as we are live covering.
Feel free, if you're heading out, smash the like button. If you're on YouTube, subscribe. It is free to do. If you're on Facebook watching us and you want notifications when we go live, click the exclamation point and the word notify, and Facebook will send you a notification to your Facebook timeline. Anytime you get into a live coverage here at MSC, you'll be notified. So feel free to go ahead and do that if you are on Facebook watching. The storms tonight are going to be bad near Hastings, Middleville. Nope. Severe weather. We're going to probably get the all clear here in about 2 seconds. What's coming in tonight will be just rain for most of us. In fact, we have some rain moving in to the southern part of Monroe County right now. This is going to be Lenawee, Monroe counties. Light rain, maybe a rumble of thunder. No severe weather is expected after this. After the storm passes off onto Lake Huron. So no, the answer would be no for the state of Michigan. We are all clear of severe weather. This is the last storm that may have a chance, but this is probably a less than 1% chance right now. We're just kind of waiting for it to pop on, because in the event we do pop off, it'll probably go severe, have to start all over. And yeah, we're just going to wait it out here and just hang out with you guys. It's all good.
By the way today is going, that would be our luck.
Yep.
But then again, we don't see that happening here as we are live here. That wasn't an indication of re-strengthening or anything like that. Just a little bit of humor there. Again, we're tired, so. Again, this storm is approaching the Lexington area here, right along the M90 corridor, M25 here. Getting ready to push out, and there's velocity going funky again.
Yeah, it does.
Don't really
I
know
don't
what's up
know.
with that.
It's been doing that all day.
Yeah.
We're just gonna.
Anyway, as we look back across the region, though, just kind of a look of what is going on and what's behind this. Really not a lot going on. Again, here's some line of gusty air showers here across northern Indiana. Again, nothing severe, maybe 20 to 30 miles an hour winds there. But again, that's indicative with the frontal system moving through with the shortwave. Again, the bulk of our severe weather is across and associated here across the south, Huntsville, Alabama, Chattanooga, Tennessee. Just a lot better ingredients down here to work with. But again, even some of these storms are starting to become a little bit messy, which is encouraging to see. But nonetheless, higher severe risk to the south and lesser the further north you go. Again, just some light, steady rain moving across of Indiana, Ohio, even getting into Monroe County, Wayne County a little bit, just some light rain. So this should be the last of any strong storms that are in the region today. We really don't have many ingredients really left over or yet to come, Ryan, throughout the rest of today.
No, but we are watching on the horizon. We do see a couple potential for perhaps a resurgence of thunderstorms later on in the upcoming week. Keep an eye on that for you. We're not seeing any significant signs for anything severe just right yet, but we are going to warm back up briefly, which may bring us some rain chances at very least, maybe some snow chances as well. Yes, I said the S word. Don't think we're done with snow just yet.
We are still in March, so we do have not uncommon for some of us to see the white stuff into April across portions of Michigan. But the 70s did feel good here while they lasted, though, Ryan. I do have to admit, almost hot. I'm just not used to that yet. Not used to that at all.
It's crazy because all the myself included complain about the cold. People complain about the cold. The first 80, 85 degree day, we're gonna complain about how hot it is. We want the cold weather back. That's how I'm gonna be. And velocity is stuck at Sandusky for me. Make that make sense. Let's go ahead and take back GR2 here. Now this is moving into the Deckerville area now. Carsonville, Port Sanilac, Applegate. It's just a shower. I don't see lightning with this. Maybe some gusty winds with it, but generally speaking, it's just gonna be a rain shower here. It's kind of teasing us, more so moving to the north now, kind of running parallel with the lakeshore there. So honestly, Caleb, we get to 7 o'clock here. We're still live. We're gonna go ahead and end it 7 o'clock even in about 7 minutes or so. We'll call that good, just because it's weakened here very, very significantly. We're not too concerned. We can actually see it turn from like the red, darker red to more of a yellowish color. It is weakening quite significantly as it moves toward the lake. So we'll be good to end it. We can end it now, honestly, if you guys wanted to, but we'll stay on until 7 o'clock and we'll call it good at that point for coverage here at Michigan Storm Chasers. So you're going to head out. Be sure to hit the like button if you do so, but we'll be with you about 7 more minutes. I have a question. How do I begin in storm chasing? I have an obsession with storms. So, Allie, I always suggest starting at your local NWS office. They put on every spring a Skywarn spotter class. That is where I suggest to start. That's your very basics, how to report, how to spot stuff with storms. Once you have that down, there are a plethora of online books, there's videos, there's guides that we have available to you. It's on our website. We recommend, not our partners here, but Tornado Titans is another company that we are not affiliated with, but they have great content, as does Convective Chronicles. Those two pages, websites, businesses, they have a abundance of knowledge and material for you. So start with Skywarn. That's your very basics. And then move up to Tornado Titans, as well as Convective Chronicles. You can find the information as well on our resources tab on our website, michiganstormchasers.com, if you want to go back and search for it. But that's what I would suggest doing. So start with Skywarn.
Yep. And I wouldn't really be surprised if they cancel the special weather statement early, Ryan. I know it has 6 more minutes left, but I am just not seeing much of anything left on radar anymore.
Not at all.
Which is good news. Again, this storm started as a small cell actually across northeast Indiana and moved across northwest Ohio and brought damaging winds into Lenawee County. Even with 65 miles per hour wind gusts, being reported near the airport earlier near, I believe, Adrian there had 65 mile an hour wind gusts reported there earlier this afternoon. So it was quite a potent storm while it lasted and kind of exceeded my expectations a little bit in terms of a damaging wind risk.
Same.
So
Red Dozer with a super chat, $20, said, anyone in Allegan County have any idea what is blowing around out there? It's like a dust bowl. Yeah, Red, we have a lot of dust from the western part of the U.S. With the system being picked up and thrown our direction. So if you notice a milky or a haziness in the sky today, even some dust on the surface perhaps, yeah, it's pretty dusty out there today. And that's due to that dust from the west of us.
Yep, a lot of that dust came from the plains, Texas. In fact, there were a lot of blowing dust advisories out in the plains issued yesterday, causing reduced visibilities and even pileups on the highways as a result of that poor visibility. A lot of that has to do with the turbulent motion of the winds. Had a lot of vorticity, a lot of rolling motion there, scooping that dust up and lofting it into the air. And as it reaches our area, again, it's in the mid to upper levels, but again, kind of puts a haziness in the sky, kind of hazy, dreary, foggy. But a lot of that is dust from the plains, Texas, Oklahoma, areas out there. So some of you guys, they had a few rain showers today, may wake up to some spots or blotches on your car as well. We call that dirty rain. Some of the dust may come through in that rain as well. So wouldn't be surprised to see some splotches on your car tomorrow. And sometimes the dust can act as a kind of condensation nuclei a little bit. Allow those raindrops to kind of stick to it and pull that dust down to the ground too. So about 3 minutes left on our special weather statement. It looks like they're just going to let it expire naturally here. Again, these cluster of showers now moving over Lake Huron, and again, well below severe criteria and even well below special weather statement criteria based on radar. Not really seeing anything indicative of strong winds anywhere in those showers anymore. So good news.
All right, well, we are going to wrap up here. So if you guys have any final questions, feel free to drop it in chat. I see Red back for the month number 9. EF1 member, thank you very much for coming back, Red, and supporting the team. Long-time supporter here of MSC. Appreciate you, Red. It says, okay, thanks. Very weird. Never had this before in terms of the dust. Yeah. Not too often we get dust over here. We have a lot of wildfire smoke past couple of years, but not too often we get dust. It happens occasionally, but not too often.
More common when you have these big powerhouse systems that really transport that dust. Really, it's hard to get that dust to transport this far. But nonetheless, it can happen, and we definitely have that here today. So if we have some clearing skies, we'll have to watch for a sunset alert. If we get some clearing skies to our west, a lot of times dust in the air makes a real orange sunset. So if we do get any clearing tonight behind the front, don't see anything right now, but something to keep an eye on later this evening. We'll see how satellite trends here later tonight.
Speaking of clear skies, I don't think we have anything. Here's Harbor Beach. There's Burton. And then
Yeah,
there's
not a lot
Dearborn.
right now.
So on the east side of Michigan, at least, we are completely clouded over. Let us know on the west side what you guys see. But that storm, going back to radar here, is pretty much gone. There is not much there at all. So we're going to wrap it up here. We are closing in here, as you see on the time frame, 6:59 and 30 seconds or so. We're going to wrap it up. So, Caleb, anything you want to say to end this?
Yeah, as we said, I think it is safe to say that the severe risk has ended for the state of Michigan today and for the system as a whole. I really would be highly surprised to see another statement, and especially a warning issued tonight. We just don't have the ingredients anymore. But again, outside of severe weather, gusty winds are expected the remainder of the night. Again, synoptic winds 30 to 40 miles an hour, perhaps a few isolated gusts greater than that. Again, some line of showers are associated northern Indiana, southwest lower Michigan. Again, sub-severe, perhaps some gusty winds associated with them. I do not expect any of these to become severe. Again, we'll watch them just in case. But again, I don't expect to see that here tonight, as we just don't have the ingredients like we had earlier today and this morning. And we are starting to lose our daylight now as well. So again, that'll further decrease the destabilization that we had here or have left here in the state of Michigan. Again, a few rain showers moving into the state here. Some steady rain moving into Lenawee County, Monroe County, Wayne County, southeast lower Michigan. That'll continue here as our shortwave kind of moves through the region here tonight before the cold front comes through after midnight tonight for most of us. So again, colder temperatures tomorrow. Winds will slowly subside throughout the day tomorrow, but again, gusty winds expected to remain through the night tonight. I know, I'm sorry, but they will wind down throughout the day tomorrow.
All right. We're going to pop out of here, guys. So you guys enjoy your evening. We'll catch you guys on Monday for Monday Night Weekly here at Michigan Storm Chasers. with that being said, outro will roll. You guys enjoy your evening.